first few parts of your sun salutation. So this week we're going to go ahead and finish out the series. If you're not familiar with what sun salutations are in Sanskrit, the formal name is Surya Namaskar. They're meant to be done first thing in the morning to awaken your inner power, that inner sun, and also to salute the sun. Sun salutations to say good morning to the sun, hellos Mother Earth, and really just awaken from within. So that's a little bit of the backstory of why they're called sun salutations. If you are new to yoga, this is a really, really good place to start. I give a lot of alignment cues throughout the series. The next couple of weeks after this, I'll be going over sun salutation series B. And then we're going to dive a little bit deeper into pranayama or breath work in the yoga practice, because that's something that people ask me about a lot. How do you breathe properly? I've worked with people from age 2 to 102, and that's not an exaggeration. I've worked with people that old before. And no matter what the age span is, you always get that question, well, how do I know if I'm breathing properly, or how do I breathe properly? So that's something I really want to cover when it comes to week 5. Also, I had a lot of positive feedback about these videos, but I also want to know how I can make these videos better. If you have any critiques or anything, even if you don't have a critique, but there's just something you'd like to see in the future, please let me know in the comments below, and you can always send me an email at namasteKyoga@gmail.com. On that same note, I do have a few very exciting things coming up in the near future. I'm going to be hosting a yoga and mimosas event on February 3rd. I'm really excited. I've never done a class like that before. A little bit nervous, but it's going to be a really fun, jam-packed hour of awesome music, and then afterwards we're going to sip on mimosas and just hang out and just create space and be a community. I mean, what could be more fun than that? It's going to be over at Lauderdale Yoga Club. It's going to be Sunday, February the 3rd. And it's going to take place at 11:15 p.m. Another thing that I have on the radar, I am in the midst of writing my first ebook. I'm really excited to share that with you guys. I love to write, and I'm very, very passionate about writing things that have to do with yoga and wellness and this just entire world. So I'm very blessed that I have the ability and gift of writing. So that chakra series book, or that book rather, is going to go along with a video series that I'm going to put together on YouTube. Right now I'm about a quarter of the way through writing the book, and that doesn't include editing, so it's going to be a few weeks, and that's why I decided to do this beginner yoga series in the meantime, to still give you some fresh content, especially with the new year in hand. I thought, what better time than the present to start your yoga journey than with the beginner series. So that chakra yoga series will come in the near future. Other than that, I have a yoga retreat planned in May. One's really exciting actually. I'm going to be headed to Costa Rica in May, so keep your eyes peeled. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and my email list at namasteKyoga@gmail.com. We're going to go ahead and get started standing, so we'll give you a second to get there, and then we're going to go ahead and do our week 2 of the series. Alright, so go ahead and make your way to the top of the mat. I'm going to go through the first part of the sun salutation series, and then we're going to build on from there. At the very end of the video, I'm going to put it all together and you can follow me through. Alright, so top of the mat, Tadasana, mountain pose. I want you to roll the shoulders back, bring your arms out to the side so your palms are facing up, root down into the heels, almost as if you could lift your toes, keep your big toes together, chest forward, neck open, chin is tucked slightly in towards the chest. Inhale, you're going to bring your arms up, take a small back bend. Like I've said before, look at your hands to safely bend into this. Know you're just using the upper chest. Exhale to come forward and fold. Okay? Inhale, I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to step it back, drop the knee, uncurl the foot. Okay? From here, hands can come to my knee or to the heart, whatever's more comfortable, or I can come up to the sky. Remember to keep your hips square here. So I like to physically touch my hips and draw them forward so it's facing the same direction at the top of my yoga mat. Arms up. Exhale, I'm going to bring my hands back. Okay, so from here, I'm going to take my left leg, yes, left leg, I'm gonna bring it back to a plank position. Now, if for whatever reason you haven't developed the strength to be in your plank pose, that's fine. Drop down onto the knees. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? We're all on different levels of our yoga journey and our journeys through life. So there's nothing to be ashamed of here, really. So if you're gonna do a regular plank, I'll explain. You're gonna go ahead and push your body forward, tuck in through your ribs and your belly, so you're just engaging through the core. You're gonna pretend you're pushing your heels back, almost as if you were pushing your heels up against the wall. Body's forward, so you're going equal and opposite here, okay? Your core is gonna engage. You're gonna suck in through the belly, tuck in through the tailbone by squeezing the bum, like I've said that before. Exhale, I'm gonna bend my elbows. See, look at my elbows. They're really close to my sides. This is called chaturanga. I'm gonna sweep up, okay? Come into my heart opener. Now I'm gonna explain, if you don't take the plank, you're gonna drop down onto the knees. Here's the other way we can come down into our chaturanga. You're still gonna sweep the arms in towards your side. See how I'm doing that? It's a little exaggerated, but you wanna keep your elbows glued to your sides here, okay? Tuck in through the shoulder blades. So if you're here on an exhalation, you're gonna bring your chest, your chin to the mat. So you're gonna hear that sometimes in a yoga class cue, knees, chest, chin. So if you're going from lunge and then bringing it back, knees, chest, chin, inhale, open your heart. Notice that this time around, I didn't come all the way up for my cobra. I just kept it at a baby cobra, okay? Your legs can be spread out nice and long, lots of space, or you can keep your legs together, whatever feels more comfortable on your low back, to be honest, okay? Now, you can just hold here, or if you want to make sure you're not relying too much on that low back, you can take the hands and actually lift them up off the mat. All right, so either way, holding your heart opener, send your gaze up, open the heart. From here on an exhale, we're gonna flip the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. All right, so if you've never been in downward facing dog before, you might be thinking right now, what the hell did I get myself into? This is painful, blah, blah, blah. Very, very, very difficult posture, okay? Especially if you have tight hips or hamstrings. So I'm just gonna give you a couple of cues. Let's go ahead and drop down onto the knees. Just a few pointers before we hold there for a long period of time. First and foremost, hands. You want those hands to be spread out, the fingers to be spread out nice and wide like starfish. You might hear that in class. Also, when you're down on your hands bearing weight, know that the wrists are not meant to bear a lot of weight. So people who do a lot of like handstands and arm balances, including myself, it's okay to do that, but your body's really not meant to it. There's really not much muscle going on in the wrist. There's actually not any muscle here at all. So we have to be very careful and be very delicate with the amount of pressure we're putting on our hands. So, one thing I want to point out, anytime you bear weight on the wrists, I want you to go ahead and warm them up. So a few things you can do, roll your wrists just like so, shake them out. Okay, so there's endless things you can do. One of my favorites, let me show you this one. You can clasp the hands together, make some figure eights, okay? Just have fun with it, make sure they're nice and warmed up. Your wrists contain this fluid called synovial fluid, and essentially it's the WD-40 of the body. And you've got it at all of your joint creases. You've got it in your hips, you've got it at the knees, all the little crevices in your body. That WD-40 or synovial fluid will be released. Shake it out. So, one more thing. This area right here between your thumb pad and your index finger pad, right here, this fleshy part of your thumb and right about here in your hand, that's where I want you to really think about bearing the weight when you are down in your downward facing dog. This concept might not stick right away, but over time, if you progressively do yoga, you're gonna just have this aha moment one day. You feel it. You know you're in the right position and you know that you're not bearing too much weight on your wrists. Because if I get any complaint more than anything when people start yoga, it's that their wrists hurt. They can't do it because they're bearing too much weight on their wrists. It's not true. Your form is just incorrect. So that's just something that's very important and you need to keep in mind while you're there. Second, Another thing, you have to keep your neck and your head relaxed. So pretend your body is almost like an inverted pyramid. It is. It's like a pyramid. So your hips are up high, head is relaxed, nothing's sticking out, everything's just nice and smooth. Okay, so let me demonstrate. So we'll start from a tabletop position. I'm pushing down into that area in between the thumbs and the index finger, that nice fleshy part of the hand. Okay, I'm gonna spread my toes out, or fingers out nice and wide rather. Flip the toes, push my hips up nice and high. You can even exaggerate, push them up high, and then push back. See how my head and my neck are relaxed? Hold on to no tension here. Allow your head and your neck to be nice and heavy. Now, go ahead and walk the feet back a little bit. Feet are about hip distance apart, okay? They can be a little bit wider or shorter, just depending on your body. And I want you to turn your big toes slightly in towards one another. And you're gonna feel like a spiraling effect almost. You're gonna feel like an inner rotation of your thighs here. So that's the word I'm looking for. So when you turn the toes in, you'll feel that inner rotation. You'll feel it. It might be another one of those aha moments. So this is your downward facing dog. Now your heels may or may not touch the ground. It's not a big deal if they don't touch the ground. Look at my heels. They're not touching the ground at all, and that's perfectly acceptable. All right, so go ahead and come back down. I know that can be a lot. Just take a second, shake out the wrists, and let's go ahead and start from the beginning. We'll get to that point, all right? So let's find Tadasana, mountain pose. Shoulders roll back, hands to the sides, chest forward. Take a nice deep breath in, arms float up. Again, send your gaze to the hands, help you open up through the chest. Exhale, come forward and fold. Inhale, take your right foot, step it back, drop the knee, uncurl the foot. Hands to the heart, up in the sky, whatever's more comfortable, nice square hips. Inhale, sweep your arms up wherever you are, if they're not already there. Exhale to bring them down. That left foot steps back, plank position or modified. Knees chest turn if you modified, or chaturanga if you took the regular plank. Inhale, open the heart to any level. Exhale, flip your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Okay, remember, nice spread out through the fingertips. Head is relaxed. Toes, big toes slightly in towards one another, hips nice and high. Send them nice and high, heels don't have to touch. If need be, you can walk your feet back and it might actually feel a little bit more comfortable on your body. Okay, from here, inhale, take your right foot, step it forward, left foot, steps forward, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, push into the feet, rise, nice and slowly. So here, you might see some teachers take it nice and slow as you come up through the spine. That's what I'll show you here. Roll the shoulders back. And then we can start over. I'll show different variations this time around just to show both ways to do it. So let's go ahead and switch over to the opposite leg. All right? Nice deep breath in. Arms up. Follow the hands. Exhale, fold. Okay, inhale. Take your left foot. This time, step it back. Drop the knee, uncurl the foot. Hands to the heart or up in the sky, whatever's more comfortable, open the heart. On your next exhale, take the hands, bring them down. I'm gonna come into that regular plank this time. Send that leg back, tucking in through the belly, shifting forward, pushing my heels back. Exhale, chaturanga, look, glued to the side, those elbows, and then opening to Bhujangasana. Or cobra pose, hold it. Exhale, flip the toes, send the hips high, downward facing dog. One more thing I want to add. If you don't go to downward facing dog right away, your other option from cobra, okay? The other option from cobra is to come to the tabletop position, then flip the toes and come and send the hips high. Okay, different things you can try. Inhale, step one foot up, then the other, forward fold. Other option for coming up, inhale, push into the feet, rise. Hands come up with you. Exhale, fold. Let's do it one more time, all the way around. Okay, I'm just gonna cue the breath, so just follow. Inhale, right foot steps back. Drop knee, uncurl the foot. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, fold. Send that foot back, plank or modified. Send it down, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, whichever variation you want to take, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, right foot follows, fold. One last time, other side. Inhale, push into the feet, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, send your left foot back. This time, drop the knee, uncurl the foot. Hands to the heart or sweep up into the sky. Exhale, send the hands down. Plank or modified plank, okay? Exhale to bend at those elbows. Inhale to open up the heart. Exhale, flip the toes, any variation, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps up, left leg follows, fold. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, and if you need to slow it down a little bit, work at the rhythm of your own breath and of your own practice. If you see that I'm going a little bit too fast for you, slow down. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, if I'm going way too slow for you, work at your own pace, okay? This is a beginner's flow, so if you are someone who's just here to refine your practice, that's perfectly fine. Just do your own thing. It is your practice, not mine, at the end of the day. All right, babes, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week 2 of the Beginners Yoga Flow series. We completed our sun salutations today. You should be very proud of yourself, especially if this is your first time embarking on your yoga journey. There's a lot of fear associated with people trying yoga in the first place. They have all these doubts about themselves. I'm not thin enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not flexible enough. I have heard every excuse in the book, and really, I shouldn't use the word excuse because those excuses really just come down to fear. But if you're here and you've embarked on that fear, you should be very proud of yourself. I mean, just kudos to you. You're a badass babe for being able to do that. So I'm here with you to support you through your journey, no matter what. Like I said before, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel below. If there's any videos or content that you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to go ahead and just keep in the loop of what's going on in my life, please follow me at NamasteK or send me an email at namastekyoga@gmail.com and I'll get you on that email list. Once again, I have that yoga retreat in Costa Rica coming up in May. If that sounds like the jungle adventure you'd like to be on, we're going to be going hiking in the rainforest. We're going to be doing yoga daily, twice a day. I mean, it's going to be absolutely amazing. We'll be right by the beach. It's everything. It's a yoga vacation and more. You're going to go within, learn about yourself, learn to love yourself, and just embrace your true nature. One last thing before I go, if you're looking to go a little bit deeper within yourself and really truly embrace your true nature, but you don't want to go on, let's say, this yoga retreat to Costa Rica, you want to do it right from the comfort of your home, wherever you may be in the world, it doesn't really matter. I do offer one-on-one coaching to help you live your best life and learn how to access the tools that are already within you so that you can live, breathe, and feel your very best each and every morning when you get up. I'll teach you how to be a badass babe, to take control of your life, and to quit that 9-to-5 and do what you really love for a living. If this sounds like something, if this sounds like you, go ahead, send me a message, hit me up in the comments below, email me, just let me know, and we'll do some one-on-one coaching and get you to be the badass babe that you already are. Thanks so much for watching. Until next week, namaste.